Hey, 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 make you want to get your groove back like some motherfucking Stella. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, man, what is up? What is going on? This is the No I Don't Know podcast, motherfucker. Shit, y'all know what it is. Hey, man, I know y'all was at the clown ass slavery today. Try to act. I can't stand when motherfuckers act like they. You know you was there. Clown. Stop acting like you wasn't there, man. Clown ass slavery. I know y'all. For all my melanated brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, boss. Whatever you need, boss. We sick, boss. That type shit. Clown asses. I know what y'all on. Anyway, hey, this your boy Warren G. Been clown free and sucker free since the year 2003. Hey, you know I had to come back again, man. I'm feeling much, much better, man. Man, this weather is fucked up out here. First of all, I'm gonna get on a few things before we get straight to the topic. This weather's fucked up with they cloud seeding asses. How you gonna snow 2 days in 1 week in February in Las Vegas, Nevada, and then after it snow goes straight to 75 degrees? Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all better go look up HARP. H-A-R-P, and that's gonna tell you what it is. No, it's not that they control the weather. In a sense, they kind of can. They can see the clouds and make it where the weather is more than what it appears to be, and they can make it where the storms are much more gargantuan than what they are. That's why you got all these damn tornadoes and shit. I remember when I was growing up in the 80s and the 90s, when there would be tornadoes down south and all that, it'd be like one season of that shit, and then you wouldn't hear or read or see about that shit for like 2 or 3 years. Then it'll come again. Now that shit is like every other fucking month. It's a big ass tornado. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. They know what the fuck they doing. I don't put nothing past these motherfuckers. But anyway, hey, man. This is, oh man. Hey, I just be laughing, man. I'm gonna get right into it. The helping hand of the system. I'm gonna get right into it. The reason why I picked that topic is because now I think by now, if you're melanated in the United States of America Incorporated, y'all should start seeing what the fuck is going on. You got Felicity Huffman, and what's the other girl from Full House? They just lying to put their kids through school. I mean, just lying. They don't give a fuck. Just lying. They don't care, lying, paying. See? Now, while all you people know this, if you go get your degree and go do all that, know this, because I'm not tripping off that. Let me turn this shit down a little bit. I'm not tripping off that. But I'll tell you this. Why you are trying to work extra hard at going and getting your college degree, which, hey, I salute anybody who go get their college degree, especially my melanated brothers and sisters. I don't never trip off that. I salute you. But I just want you to remember, when you working extra hard, taking Pell Grants and student loans and all this other shit, the Caucasians over there with money is just paying for their kids to go to Harvard and USC. They don't give a fuck. It's like having a line pass. Why stand in the line when you could just skip the line and go right to the front? Now, would I say that my people would probably do it? We probably would too, but we haven't been in that position to do that shit in so fucking long. So I would say in the last 500 years, we haven't been in that position. So our great-great-grandfathers don't even really know what it is to be in that position where we can just skip the line. That's a fact. But anyway, I hope that brings light to all you melanated brothers and sisters, and just people in general, but mainly melanated brothers and sisters who are pressuring their kids to get these $250,000 pieces of paper, which ain't nothing but a European education, which they stole from Africans. But I digress from that, because it's not even really about that. It is, but it ain't. It's about understanding they will cheat. Why do y'all think that, oh, if I just pull myself up by the bootstraps and work, I could be just like Jeff Bezos? No, you can't be just like Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos' parents gave him $350,000 in the 80s to start Amazon. In the 80s, $350,000 to today's wealth transferably would be probably $3.5 million to start a business. That's a fact. And maybe I may not be 100% correct on the numbers, but like, we have to understand this. Stop trying to mirror your success off of Caucasian success in the system of white supremacy. You're not gonna be, you can't do it. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter. It's their system. So they can eject you from the system and delete you from the system. Look what they doing to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was a fucking genius. And now they trying to go after his estate and try to say he was a molester and all this other shit because he owned half of Sony. And there was an alleged story that after Eminem made that video dissing Michael Jackson, that Michael Jackson bought the rest of Eminem's catalog. Now you can't make no money, clown. You ain't get no royalties. See, they didn't like that about Michael Jackson. He knew how to beat them at their own game. So let that be a lesson. And nobody stands up for Mike. When Mike came out and said that Tommy Mottola was a racist, everybody should have been standing behind Michael Jackson. Not just white people, should have been every black major artist should have been standing right behind Michael Jackson and should have been like, no, y'all crucifying our brother, but nah. He got money, we ain't got money. We got to stop, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no money, all this other shit, man. Niggas got to stop that shit, man. I'm just saying. You know, that just, you know, I look at those things and I just be like, damn, man, what the fuck? You know? Just like, you know, even sometimes I'll be on Twitter. You can catch me on Twitter at Warren Like These, though. I was on Twitter and I was not arguing with this dude, but he was starting to act moist. Like, because he kept trying to... See, this is the thing that people don't understand. He kept trying to... The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I kept saying the reason why why black people don't make it in this system of white supremacy is because we don't have a code. And people be like, well, what's the code? People think the code is like some hieroglyphic shit. No, the code is not telling on each other. The code is not throwing each other under the bus in front of other races. The code is not calling each other ghetto and dumb and making fun of them in front of other races so you can get a pat on the head. That's a part of being, that's a code. If you work in corporate America and let's say it's 3 melanated people in your department, or let's just say it's 5 melanated people in your department, y'all should all be on a code. You don't tell on each other. You handle things behind closed doors. You agree in public and disagree in private. You don't let everybody know what's going on amongst you guys. That's being on a code. Hey, I'm not saying I always knew that, because I didn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, I'm not like these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. This shit is the internet. I don't give a fuck what people think. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I started reading. When I started picking up books like The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, let me tell you something. When I picked up this book, I'm about to make sure this shit, The ISIS Papers by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We gotta start reading these books, man. And just getting a different perspective from our elders and what they saw and what they prophesied that would happen down the line. And the reason why you always see me put up Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's book and Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, which I'm gonna put up in just a minute, is because that's about being on code. Now this Muslim brother, a cool brother. I don't know him personally. He hiding behind a mask. Now I don't know if he's the Nation of Islam. Me personally, I don't think he's a Nation of Islam, because the Nation of Islam don't go back and forth with niggas over no internet like that. They just don't do that shit. And the Nation of Islam, in my perspective, on the direct teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which is brought to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is about black unity in moving forward. If y'all listen to Farrakhan's speeches, the honor selling anything. That's a fact. Not to me. This is just my perspective. And when you listen to that, and I'm just using the Nation of Islam as my example. When you listen to that, it's about bringing people together. There are YouTube footages of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking and bringing all gangs together in Chicago or in LA. All gangs together. You know, trying to unite us so we can be on the same page. That's what I'm on. And I think we get it misconstrued when we like try to shove the religion down people's throat and feel like, well, that's the key. And I disagree. Because let me tell you, I grew up in church. Jesus said it. Jesus said it. For all y'all that be watching, I grew up in that. And I don't care. People may disagree. I don't give a shit if you disagree. But depending on what religious views you have, most religions, it ain't nothing but cat fighting and political bullshit. I'm not saying that the Nation of Islam does not have political steps that take place. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it was less about the forward movement of black people, more about Jesus said it and praying and reading your Bible every day, less about knowing you are a black man and you are under the bondage or the system of white supremacy, and that is going to be twice as hard for you to succeed and make it in this system because you're already 500 years behind the average Caucasian. The religion I grew up in did not teach that. And there's no diss to any religion. I don't care if you First AME, Church of God in Christ, Church of Christ, Baptist, Presbyterian, you know, I'm not tripping off that. But this young brother that was a Muslim, I don't know if his nation is, like I said, he kept saying, because I told him, I said, go get this book. And I told him, I said, man, go get this book, man. I said, go get Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, A Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. Oh, I read that book. It's not teaching us nothing about moving. I said, well, then you weren't paying attention to it because it's teaching you about a code. And he was like, well, though that book is not solving anything. This is what the brother or whoever on the other line tells me. That book is not solving anything. Then he brings up Malcolm X. Well, Neely Fuller Jr. has not brung us Malcolm X. Okay, I let him tweet that. And then you know what I tweeted back, ladies and gentlemen? I said, yes, you're right. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, not the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, they did bring us Malcolm X. But what not being on code with Brother Malcolm brung us Malcolm telling all of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's personal business that should not have been repeated or regurgitated to the system of white supremacy. That's not being on code. No diss. I got love for Malcolm X. But sorry, my nigga, you weren't on code. And a lot of that was because you were emotional, you were upset, and you went and did your own little investigation. And then when you started telling people, oh, well, he's fathered this many kids, and you shouldn't have, because you brung that, to me, I felt like that is the basis of being on a code. If you disagree with your brother or your sister, just walk away. You could talk about it later. But from my perspective, when Brother Malcolm X started talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's personal business, and you telling the system of white supremacy, the same system that you're going after, now what it does is it devalues the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and it brings you into a different limelight where you're at harm and you're at risk. And what did they do? Once they saw that division and that the code had been broken, what did the system of white supremacy do? They used the Nation of Islam and framed them to assassinate Malcolm X. And that's what happens when you're not on code. So I just wanted to, I see these things. While we're not on code, look at these people. Okay, now look, you got Tanya McDowell. Now, she was sending her kid to a different school that she wasn't zoned for and said she was living with someone. I don't know the whole story, but hell, they put a bit guilty guilty, nigga. You lying about your kid going to another school? You guilty, nigga, if I'm not mistaken. But now you got these celebrities and wealthy people that are Caucasian, that are affluent and have positions of power in Hollywood and just have influence. Now I want to see what they do with them. Now I guarantee you, they asses don't go to jail. If they do, I'll be shocked. And if they do, guess what they're going to get? They're going to get 9 months in a federal penitentiary, and then they're going to get 5 years of probation or some shit like that. I'm telling you. I was even watching this thing and where she was on this housewife show. I can't fit. Oh God, I'm blanking. But anyway, her husband was really not in a business and pretending like he was, and money laundering and wire fraud and all this other shit. And then boom, okay, both of y'all, they went to court. They let, no diss to my Italian brothers and sisters, but they are Italian. And you know, they can't, you know, Italians love to let you know they're Italian. You know, everybody love to let you know that they such and such, but they steady being here though. But anyway, when they got found guilty, the judge altered it where, okay, you can go to jail for 1 year and come home, and then he can go to jail. That shit. Oh, and then we'll just deport him. That's the shit that I'm talking about. And then the wife that's on the Housewives, she claims victimhood like, oh, you know, I'm mad at my husband. Bitch, you should be mad at yourself. You was signing documents. You didn't know what you were signing, but you on TV flossing these houses that you ain't even can't even afford. See, that's the thing. See, we watch these things and we think, oh, they're not getting no aid, and if they can do that shit, we can do it too. No. Y'all need to look and read that book, White Fragility, because they gonna deflect and they gonna come up. It's like a magician. They gonna talk with their hands and do all kinds of little fuckery things and get you off, so you can be thinking like, oh man, they really worked hard. They got everybody thinking that Mark Zuckerberg worked so hard for Facebook when he stole an idea, and I think he's related to the Rockefellers. First of all, you're not going to Stanford, Harvard, Pepperdine, none of these elite schools without some type of influence and without some type of money. Like, people think you, oh man, they worked hard, they went to Harvard. Man, let me tell you something. Going to college ain't nothing, it's nothing but connections. I don't care what nobody say. It's nothing but connections. And as you can see, they was cheating their motherfucking asses off to get their kids to school. So when you're working in corporate America and you know you're around people that went to such and such state and such Pepperdine and all that other stuff, just, you know, check the pedigree, look at them and just be like, damn, I wonder what school they came from. Okay, I wonder how much money they got and how much influence. Didn't Jared Kushner or yeah, Donald Trump's stepson, not stepson, but son-in-law, his parents donated like what, $3.5 million to a school, then he got accepted. Then the senator wrote an acceptance. Like, it's like, see, that's the thing. That's why I keep saying, stop thinking that if you work hard like them, then you're going to get their results. No, you're not going to get their results. They're going to pick and choose who they let in. You better go watch Mike Epps' interview on the Breakfast Club when he said there are gatekeepers. And I believe that they are. Oprah, Tyler Perry, you know, there are gatekeepers. And they pick and put, especially in Hollywood. There's a black Hollywood a gatekeeper that's going to pick a few people that he let on, but you can't be radical. And you got to know how to play the game. You got to love politics. If you don't love politics, then you might as well don't even work in Hollywood. That's a fact, because it's all about politicking. And kissing ass and going with the fucker. See, that's what I'm saying. The black, if I'm not mistaken, Tanya McDowell, that's guilty, nigga. You had your kid going to another school, guilty. But she just had her kid going to another school that was out of her zone because she lied and said she was staying with somebody. Whoa, what a big deal. Not no money. These Caucasians is straight throwing money for so people could take SAT tests for these kids and lie on their fucking transcripts like they was playing polo and on the swim team. Just all this fuckery. And it's like people are acting so shocked. The FBI knew that shit was going on, man. The FBI just don't care because that's little shit. Anytime they start making major busts and all that shit, you gotta start looking behind the scenes. Anything that I'm still waiting on Oprah to interview Harvey Weinstein's accusers. Oprah, Harpo, OWN Network, because you couldn't wait to interview Michael Jackson's accusers with they lying asses. I'm still waiting. That's the thing, but we love going at each other, don't we? That's the only power we have. Yeah, because Oprah ain't gonna never interview Harvey Weinstein's accusers. See, Harvey Weinstein ain't went to the big house because he getting ready to drop the ball on all those motherfuckers in Hollywood. All those big time Jewish people that's been doing some bullshit. That's a fact. You gotta know what it is, man. Know that the system is helping them. They had a 500 head start. This is what they do all day long, all day strong. Okay, let's just go back. Jack Daniels. I forgot the dude's name, but it was a black brother who brewed the liquor for Jack Daniels. He just took the patent. Thomas Edison was stealing patents all day long. That's a fact. The only thing that Caucasians owned, only ideas that they owned was the patent office. That's it. They didn't own shit else. They weren't inventors. Are y'all fucking kidding me? Man, when Nikola Tesla, first of all, Nikola Tesla took the ancient Egyptian pyramid water cycle and how they were siphoning, like running the water through their pyramid cycle. Because I watched this documentary on I don't know if it was Amazon or Netflix about the Egyptian pyramids and how Nikola Tesla, and you could tell they was thorough research and how they used the water and turned into electric currents and shit. And Nikola Tesla found out through his research through the ancient Egyptians, and then he found out how to use the water and how to make electricity. So when he went to Thomas Edison and was like, dude, we got free energy, dude. They was like, hell no. And you know who was the main motherfucker? And they even made a movie about it. It just didn't get no press. I think it was Leonardo DiCaprio. One of them motherfuckers, they made a movie about Nikola Tesla. They didn't get no pub. And you know white movies always get pub. But why would they pub that? Because it's kind of really, they know people are starting to awakening from their sleep. So they know people want to know history and know what the fuck is going on. And guess who's at the helm of, hell no, we can't get these niggas, we can't get these people no fucking free energy. J.P. Morgan. Oh, like J.P. Morgan and Chase. Oh, like the creator of the Federal Reserve. Right. Mr. Pennybags on Monopoly. Right. See, y'all of us got to know, man, what it is, and stop just giving them the credit without doing research. Stop thinking that they invented everything. They're not going to tell you what everything black people invented that they still benefiting off of till this day. They're never going to talk to you about the Moors. But you know what? We want to fight with each other about religion. And I don't care if you're a Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if you're a Nation of Islam. I don't care if you're a part of the Islamic faith or movement, the jihad, or if you're Jewish. I don't care about all that. If you a black Jew, and man, that is not my concern. You know what my concern is? Moving forward, my people and being on a code. That's my concern. That's why I be laughing at people. It's being on a code. Because the system of white supremacy is going to always be on the code. That's a fact. And when they're off code, watch what happens. Look what happened when Gary Webb got off code. And he was the one who broke that story about Freeway Rick Ross and the Contras and Oliver North and George Bush, and how they was just flooding the black neighborhoods with crack cocaine. And then talking about it's a war on drugs. So you put the drugs there and then go on TV and be like, man, it's a war on drugs, man. What kind of shit? That's clown shit, man. But I think a lot of times we be so deeply rooted in our religion, we don't want to step back and be like, you know what? Maybe this might this might stagger us from the movement. We gotta sometimes put that religion not to the side, but put the religion in your heart and let that light so shine, as the Bible would say, so men might see your good work. That's a fact. And then people might naturally gravitate towards your religion, whether you're a Hebrew Israelite, whether you're Nation of Islam, God Body, 5%er, Nation of Gods and Earth. Hey, man, I'm with all that. Anything, hey, man, power to my people. We got to wake up. And then we got to stop thinking that they going to give us some type of an excuse. Yeah, they know they cheat. They don't care if they cheat. You think that they finna sit up there and say, oh, we cheat, we sorry. Man, they gonna keep cheating. They gonna cheat in corporate America. They gonna cheat in NBA. Look at the NBA. There's only one black owner and his team ain't shit, and that's Michael Jordan. One of the greatest basketball players of all times, had the greatest impact on the NBA. His shoes is still, niggas still killing for his shoes. And he got the sorriest team in the NBA. That's a fact. Yeah, and just y'all reminder, y'all you Laker friends, yeah, Magic Johnson is just the supervisor of the Lakers. If Jeannie Buss and them loved him so much, he would be an owner. And not no 1% or no 2%. They'd be like, you know what, Magic? We gonna give you 25% of the Lakers. Fuck that. You a Laker, we love you like family. No, we just gonna let you work here. See, and we, symbolic victories. We be so symbolic. Oh, Magic. Magic don't own the Lakers, y'all. Magic don't own them Lakers. Any major moves goes through them owners. He don't own the Lakers, man. So we got to look at that. We have to see what it is and hold the accountable. Like, hey, well, what the fuck? Y'all know, look at the colleges and how they sit up. Look at that. Look at how they're set up. It's a scam. Hey, you ain't doing nothing but sitting at home on the couch. Why don't you come to nigga university? You can get your master's degree, and then you can go out and get a good job. Oh, but after you get that good job, you're gonna have to pay nigga university $150,000. So, oh, and you wanna know how you can get that $150,000? My boy, who's Fanny, what is it? Sally Mae. My partners, they get you all set up. It's a scam. And then you go to school and you pay all this fucking money to get this passport. And then you be so busy want to look down on the next nigga. Now you $100,000 in debt or $50,000 in debt to pay that paper, that certificate back. You took a $50,000 loan off to pay a certificate back to go be a slave. Because that's all you going to be. You ain't going to be no entrepreneur. That's a fact. That's what, you know why? Because we too busy looking at, oh, well, Jeff Bezos did it. Jeff Bezos had wealthy families. He had wealthy parents. That's why he was able to do it. Stop believing in the hype and believing in everything that they place in front of you. You know what I mean? We got to know what it is. Let me tell you something. If you Jehovah's Witness and you know a Hebrew Israelite, y'all should not be arguing about no religion shit. Argue about the religion shit later. What y'all need to be arguing about is, how are we going to navigate through this system of white supremacy with the dominant society kicking our ass? We can argue about religion later. We can argue about that at the house. But right now, it's war out there where no melanated man is safe. That's what all you need to be worried about. That's a fact, man. I don't care what nobody says. I have never claimed to know everything. And I'm not on here clout chasing, trying to get a whole bunch of views. I want to magnetize people that are like-minded, that's on the same type of path as me. That's all. That's why I want to do this shit. I'm not doing this shit. Oh man, because I'm trying to get paid, man. Please, look. Let me tell you how to get paid on YouTube. You wanna know how to get paid? Now I don't know the intricate details, but I'm talking about to get a whole lot of viewership. Just make a whole bunch of cool videos and talk shit about black people. That'll get your viewership up. Then they'll love you to death. I'm just saying, that's a fact. Go on YouTube and just make a whole bunch of videos about talking shit about black people. Like how I watch Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and everybody else at the end of the day talking about, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican. But then when it comes down to reparations, the motherfucker be right there with the flag. They want to put that flag down and be like, oh, well, Puerto Ricans are African Americans too and all this other shit. And it's like, well, damn. I just see everybody so proud of their flag and where they come from. Let me tell you something, living in Las Vegas, Nevada. I remember when I was working at this rec center, and this was about 20 years ago, and I was like, man, the malls is this, and it was just kind of frustrating because things were different out here in Vegas. And I remember them Vegas niggas was like, well, why you out here if you don't like it? Then take your ass back to California. That was the realest shit you know what? That woke me the fuck up right then and there. Like, damn, they right. And after that, I was like, damn, you right. I better learn to like where the fuck I am or get the fuck up out of here. See, that's the thing. People come around here showing their flags. Oh, I'm Nigerian, I'm this, and I'm all this. You show your flag. But then you want to come up to the average black man and start complaining about the system. When we got it the worst out of everyone. We have it the worst. Every other race is on code but us. Why do you think I use another example. If you are a Christian and you have a Muslim, that's your friend. Y'all shouldn't be arguing about Christianity and Muslim, being a Muslim. If y'all both black, you know what y'all should be arguing about? Education. Y'all should be, and not arguing at each other. Y'all should be debating and coming up with concepts about, you know what? This is what I'm gonna teach my kid. You right. That's you right. But no, we be, in my opinion, we look at a person's religious beliefs first, and then we look at the overall perspective of them. What religion are you? Oh, you first hand me? Yeah, because I'm such a, oh, you Church of God Christ? Yeah, I'm Church of God Christ. Like it's some type of badge of honor but your people are suffering. You know, it's like we gotta sometimes, that's what I've been trying to say on Twitter for the last couple of days. What is our code? We don't have a code. If you look at the system of white supremacy, it's a system. From my perspective, it's a system. And everybody's not Jewish. Everybody's not Mormon. Everybody's not Presbyterian. Everybody's not Lutheran. It's a multifaceted religious belief system within the system of white supremacy. But guess what? One thing they have in common. The system of white supremacy. And guess what they abide by? That system. And they stay on that code. And they use their white privilege to get in and out of things that they want. And then they'll use white fragility and get around black folk and act like, oh, you know, when you look at a Caucasian and they be like, well, I'm poor too. And it's like, yeah, but you're not black. So your chances of being, let's just say, a supervisor at a Fortune 500 company are, your odds are probably a lot higher than the average African American, the native black. It's just the truth. Man, I've worked at a million jobs, man. Let me tell you, and the majority of the jobs that I've had in the past, the majority of the people that were in charge were Caucasian, and a lot of them had no fucking idea what the hell was going on. That's a fact. But they were in those positions because they were given to them. And as a youngster, when I was way younger, working at this other job, I remember this other job I was working at, and I used to be like, damn, it ain't never no black people in charge. Then when the black person is in charge, he's on some fucking Bill Cosby, Steve Harvey, pull yourself up by the bootstrap shit, and you can get it too if you work on it. It's like, well, not really, my nigga. How many governors are there that are black? Right. Our homie Shawnee Brown, shout out to her. She was the main one that she found one or two governors in the whole history type shit. So what does that tell you? You don't think this shit is skewed to them? You don't think they've been doing shit like this? This ain't nothing new. Not to me anyway. I think it's just shocking everybody else. Like when Philando Castile got shot, motherfuckers been showing me the shit. All kinds of motherfuckers was running. Oh my God, you see what happened there? I'm looking at them like, this shit happen every day. What are you talking about? You know, but sometimes I don't know, man. I guess. You know what I mean? Man, I guess. What do you say? What do you say to people when they want to fight and argue over religion. I mean, this dude tried to argue me down about that religion shit. Literally tried to argue me down. And I was just kind of like, well, I was just confused. Like, brother, I'm telling you, read the book by Neely Fuller Jr. And if you read that book, once you read that book, it's going to tell you about being on the code and how they're on the code. That's all you need to know. I'm not saying that Islamic faith or the Nation of Islam can't help. They much very can. But right now, I'm not trying to argue about no religion. And I'm not trying to join no religion. What is it that we need to do to push our people forward? That's a fact. And that's what I like about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He don't push the Nation of Islam on anybody. He tells you what it's done for him, what the teaching has done for him and his family, and then he tells you what needs to be done for us to come together to fight the system of white supremacy. That's why I love and I always use the Nation of Islam as one of my examples. That's just one of my examples. I'm sure there's faults in the Nation of Islam. I'm sure there's faults in the Hebrew Israelites. But the thing about the Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam, they want to move our plight. They want it to be known that, hey, we are a peculiar people. We're a special people, like Dr. Claude Anderson says, and we need to move forward and stop having lateral movement. And I'm not just saying that it's the Hebrew Israelites of the Nation of Islam, God Body, Nation of Gods of Earth. They do it too. I'm just using the Nation of Islam as an example because we got to see that shit. I be laughing when I see motherfuckers be like talking shit about the Nation of Islam. Like, dude, what? Like, them dudes are thorough, bruh. And they educated. And they educated on a lot of shit that I didn't get growing up in church. I didn't get a lot of education about the system of white supremacy. Matter of fact, we hardly ever talk. I've never really heard any pastor, preacher within the context of an AME church or anything like that, or Church of Christ or Baptist church. I've never really heard them be like, the system of white supremacy is real and woo, woo, woo. I never really heard that. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, but you can pray all day long, but that's not going to fix, to me, the major issues that are going on within the system of white supremacy. That's a fact. That's just my interpretation on it. We got to understand what it is. The system's always going to help them. The system ain't going to never help you. You melanated, you ain't got no money, clown. You're not getting shit from them. So stop thinking if you, man, you know, poke your lip out and buck your eyes and buck dance and anything you need and all this other shit and you know, and go lay down on the 95 freeway and protest. That shit don't mean shit. We gotta change our way of thinking. That's what I be tripping off of when I be on Twitter too. Like, nigga, what are you on? Motherfuckers, they can't wait to go at each other. That's like that in real life. We floss on each other every fucking day. That shit is irritating, man. We floss on each other every day. Every day. A nigga can't wait to pull up next to another nigga in his Beamer or his Benz with his rims and all that. And I just be looking and laughing like, God damn, you know? But when I go to the wealthy neighborhoods that are predominantly Caucasian, by the way, let's just put that out there. When I go to the wealthy neighborhoods, because if you live in Las Vegas is not that big. It's not big like California, where you can go to Calabasas or you can go, you know, you can go to Chino Hills where it's nice and, you know, Diamond Bar, California, and clown, and Oceanside, and you can go to Santa Barbara and all this other shit. No, Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas is small. So the wealthy neighborhoods are not far from you. And if you go to Queens Ridge, which is on Charleston and Fort Apache, that goes all the way to Charleston and Hualapai, that's over there by the Suncoast. If you're from Las Vegas, go in that neighborhood if they let you in there, because there is security in there. Armed guards, by the way, too. Get your ass shot. But anyway, if you ever have the chance, just go in there and ride around in that motherfucker and see how many niggas you see living in them houses. There's other neighborhoods. There's neighborhoods by Palo Verde High School, gated communities in those neighborhoods. Go in those neighborhoods and see how many niggas you see living there. Go over there by the Rampart Casino. All those gated communities where you ain't gonna see no niggas living there. And there's no diss, I'm just saying, but we can't wait to show off our rims and our clothes and our shoes and all this other bullshit. But we do not want to move forward as a people. That's what we gotta wake up and be like, damn, what the fuck is we on, man? We gotta know what it is, man. That's what go on Twitter. I be on Twitter and I just be looking at people like, reading like, dude, what are you on? What are you even thinking? Because you know why? Because we're in a trance when we're on social media and we think this shit is real. And we so quick to hate on each other. We don't never hate on other races. Well, I'm one. Then call me the hater then. I'm going to hate on every other race. Call me the first hater then. Leave your comments. I don't give a fuck. You cannot like the video. You can like, it's the internet. They don't even tell you who liked the video and who don't. So it don't even fucking matter. I don't care. It's the internet. I'm the first hater. If you another race and you culturally appropriate hip hop and R&B, which is native black music, you're a culture vulture and you do not deserve to do our music, because I cannot go and just start doing mariachi music and wearing a fucking sombrero and all this other shit and singing in Spanish. They gonna be like, okay, what are you, Cuban, Dominican? You don't got a right to be doing that shit. I can't just go start singing Chinese music. I can't start just, you think the country crew gonna let me in? Blake Shelton and all of them, they ain't gonna just let me go over there and start making country music. Hell no. But our music is the only music where it's a punching bag. It's therapy. Motherfuckers can come over here and do our music, and then when they done with us, they can throw our shit in the trash and they can go on about their way. I'm tired of that shit too. And I'm tired of every other race thinking that they can co-sign whether we're good or not in our music. So you can call me a hater. We always hating on other melanated people, and now time for us to start hating on other fucking races. I don't care. It don't matter to me. It's the internet. I'm just saying, we so quick to praise other people, other races, when they do hip hop, R&B, and soul. Look at Sam Smith. Look at all these people, man. They come over here, they do our music, then they going about ourselves. And then us black folk, native black folks, you know what we do? Because we have money, we think that they are friends, when really they're not. Money is y'all commonality, but really, what could you even have in common? Because soul music is from the soul. It's struggle. Hip hop, struggle. Talking about everyday life of melanated people. So how could any other race relate to our shit like that, where they can come in and validate who's popping and who's not? But we don't never hate on other races. But we always hate on each other and tell each other we whack and all this other shit. Look at that dude, Tekashi 69. That motherfucker came in there and was trolling every fucking body and then started dry snitching. And now you ain't heard about this nigga since. And he wasn't even black. He was Mexican. And every other fucking word coming out of his mouth was blood and my nigga and blood and all this other shit. Just like that kid that got bopped by that teacher now, like, oh my nigga, you got me fucked up. And all. It's like everybody want to be black till it's time to be black. And then when it's time to be black, everybody get ghost. That's a fact. I'm over that shit, man. But hey, man, this is the No I Don't Know podcast. I've been on this motherfucker 45 minutes. Hey, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, man. I will see y'all Sunday in this bitch. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like this shit, don't just put you don't like it. Leave your comment and tell us why you don't like it. Shit, leave the comment, motherfucker. And don't be cowardly and put that you don't like it and then go about your way. That's what I don't like about this internet shit. I wish they had a camera on everybody that's on the internet and be like, oh yeah, oh you on the internet, huh? Yeah, because half these motherfuckers would be just like the nigga that did the Larry H. Parker commercial. Larry H. Parker got me 2.1 million. And niggas didn't know he was in a wheelchair. And that's why they had a circle around him. If you grew up in LA, it was just a circle around him. Then they propped him up on a bike, but he couldn't even walk. That's how half you niggas are on the internet anyway, motherfuckers. Hey, love, live life, be a team, be on code, man. Be on code, man. I don't care what nobody say. Be on fucking code. Because that's what it's about. Stop fighting each other. Stop being a hater, man. Look, I've been around people all the time that has always had more than me. You think I don't have time to hate on them. I'm busy. I got other shit going on. I ain't got time to be hating on other motherfuckers and taking that energy and investing it in that. Man, fuck all that. Use your energy wisely. Magnetize the things that you want in life. But be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And then when you get it, don't be like, oh, I don't want it no more. No, you gotta take the bull by the horns and create your own path. You control your narrative. Don't let nobody else control your narrative, man. You got to be the author of your narrative. You're already not the author of your narrative if you work for corporate America. They're the author of your narrative in corporate America. But at least on your personal time, you know, see what you like. What hobbies you like, what you into. You know, keep your mind fresh and steady. That's why I started really reading books. And I kind of got back into my music shit. Fuck it. Let me tell you something. I do music because I love music. You know what I'm saying? If I can get paid a little bit of money in the process, fine. But I don't need no mansions and all that. That type of pressure. That's why a lot of these people that make all this money, they be wanting to kill themselves, because you're constantly putting that pressure to make a certain. You have to live up to a certain type of hype so you can make that type of money. And we'll get into that in other podcasts to come, how you manage your money and the things that we need to start doing. And shout out to Nuke as well. Shout out to Nuke, man. You know, she out there pimping them hoes and shit. Nuke, I'm riding with you. So shout out to her. Hey, man, you gotta love and live life. Stop thinking that people have your best interests at heart. You have to have your best interests at heart. If you sitting around the house all day with your thumb up your ass, and then you want to pick up the phone and call niggas, you ain't have shit to say, then don't fucking get the fuck away from me. That's a fact. We use your mind, man. Use your mind. Think outside the box. Try your best all day to be a free thinker and think outside the box of what you see yourself doing. I know I do. I didn't before. And then I started reading certain books like the Kabbalion and other books. I'm like, damn, maybe I need to start thinking differently. Get you a vision board. Do those type of things, man. Like I said before, everybody that really know, man, I'm not no cloud chaser. Trust me, there's a video on there that's got 38,000 views. That's a fact. And it's only 1 minute and 37 seconds. You know why? Because some hood, ratchet, ghetto-fied bullshit. And you know, we like to see that. They have programmed our mind that when it's something positive, we should frown upon it. But when it's negative, we should glorify it and send it to 1 million different people 1 million different times. Ain't that crazy? Like I said before, I bet you if I was talking about fuck niggas, they ain't shit, and I wish I was white, if I was talking about that shit, oh, I have 1 million views. Straight up. Oh, then white people, you know, white people, oh man, that guy's amazing. That type of shit. Let's get off this Democrat and Republican shit for just a second, and let's get on the advancement of our people. And where the fuck is our money at that's owed to us from slavery? Change your status. There's a lot of things we got to get into. But before we get into the crux of those things, we got to know who we are and know that we're not on code. And when that code is violated, it needs to be called out. Except niggas don't like taking dictation or taking criticism from niggas. There's a difference between criticism, constructive criticism, and just straight hate. If you're giving criticism because it's going to alter their path in a good way, that's different. But a lot of us melanated people, we want to criticize motherfuckers and we ain't got shit going on. We got to stop that. That's why I don't make it a habit of mine to want to go tell people what they should be doing. You know why? Because I barely know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. And so why the fuck is I'm finna tell some other nigga? But niggas are gonna always tell you what they're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing. So it's like we have to get out of that frame of mind where we only want to be a part of something if they listening to us. And if they're not listening to us, we don't want to be a part of it. My thing is take that energy, just put it into you. That's what I do. I put and focus my energy into me. I'm way too busy and got way too much other shit going on to invest my time and my energy into anybody else. Treat yourself as a business. That's a fact. Hey, I fuck with you, but I can't divide my energy up with you. You got to fight your own battle. Your own demons. Your own mental demons that's fucking with you. As I got to battle mine. But when it's time to be on code, we got to be on code. We just got to stop being petty. You know what I mean? And hating. If a motherfucker got a Beamer and you in a Honda Accord, then be proud. Okay, cool. You got your Honda Accord, they got a Beamer. Even if they own some aristocracy type, aristocratic mentality, like they think they better than, just let them think that they better. 9 times out of 10, they miserable. And they probably got to go work at the corporate plantation and kiss a whole bunch of Caucasian ass and coon and buck dance and do all that shit to be in that Beamer. 9 times out of 10. And if they don't, good for them. But don't hang around them if you don't like those people. We got to stop hanging out with people we don't like. If you don't like these people, don't hang around with them. That's what I mean. That's how you get that spiteful, hateful energy. When you start hanging out with people that you don't even fuck with. If you don't fuck with them, don't hang out with them. Just leave them alone. That's how I look at it. Because you're wasting time. Look, nigga can't never say they seen one with a whole bunch of people. That's a motherfucking lie. You ain't seen one with a whole bunch of people in probably 13, 14, 15 years, or probably at least 10 years, 7, 8 years. I'm by myself. You never know about yourself till you by yourself. I'm talking about when you going out and doing things, or you working on things. When you're so busy, you don't have time for other people. And when I mean busy being creative. Not busy trying to be creative for your corporate plantation. See, I used to be like that too. Trying to come up with ideas so they can think I'm smart. I don't give a fuck what they think now. That's a fact. You can think I'm dumb. You can think I'm smart. You know what makes me feel intelligent? When I can tell my people about Neely Fuller Jr.'s book, The Compensatory Code of Racist Ethics. That our counter-racist code. You know, when I can tell my people about that book, when I can tell my people about the fall of America, about the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. When I can tell my people about that, man, that made me feel good. I feel more educated. I ain't never felt this educated in my life. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna front on y'all. Now, when I go in the room, I don't give a fuck if you do got a master's degree. I still be looking at you crazy. Because that degree is indoctrination. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, we have to understand, like, another thing, we have to start writing positive scripts in our mind instead of negative scripts. You know what I mean? Like like a wall, like a canvas. And it's very hard to do because most of us were beat up on. We're treated like shit on the corporate plantation. Everybody's family's got their own little different problems. And, when you broke and you don't come from wealth, that starts in-house fighting. And then it's just a whole bunch of shit. So it's hard to write positive things on your canvas. And that's what I've been trying to do. That's how I've been able to do this podcast. I'm just keeping a buck right now. That's how I've been able to do it. That's a fact. Because I always think of the positive attributes of me doing this podcast. Because I'm coming from a perspective of the corporate plantation. I know what it is. It's just a lot of niggas, they be trying to act like it's great. No, nigga, it's not great. Because you got to work 10 times harder than everybody else and have the paperwork and then compete with a motherfucker whose parent or cousin or brother or know somebody at the CEO of the company that's going to place them over you. That's a fact. And that's at every major corporation on the soil of the United States of America Incorporated. I can't speak about overseas, but I know the United States of America, that's how the majority of them run. So it's like, we don't have time to be hating on each other and talking shit. Like, I don't even get into that no more. Hey, man, if you ain't got your shit popping, get your shit popping. Get with people that's got it popping. Learn how to take advice from each other. Constructive criticism, though. If you one of those motherfuckers where you can always tell everybody else what they need to be doing, but you not following your own advice, then you gotta look yourself in the mirror and you gotta be like, man, I gotta start get on myself. That's why I'm not Dr. Phil, that white motherfucker with the bald head, with the cul-de-sac. I'm not none of them motherfuckers. I'm not Iyanla Vanzant. I can't fix your life. I can only fix mine. I can barely fix mine because my shit is all fucked up. So I don't really have time or energy to be telling other motherfuckers what they need to do. Hey, handle it. But hey, man, this is the No I Don't Know podcast. Hit the bell, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like it, leave the comment. Don't be a coward. Leave your comment of why you don't like it, and we can discuss it. Facts. Hey, man, I'll see y'all on Thursday. I'm out. Peace.